you for being here today with me. We're at the Center for Device Innovation at Texas Medical Center, and you're part of the 2018 Texas Medical Center X cohort, correct?
That's right.
Fantastic. Well, would you take 2 seconds and introduce yourself and your role at NeuroQore?
My name is Mehran Talebinejad. I'm the co-founder and CEO of NeuroQore.
Fantastic. So let's dig into NeuroQore just a little bit. Can you tell me the story behind NeuroQore?
Absolutely.
How did you decide to do it?
So I was 18 years old. I decided I want to do something with the brain and technology. And that led me to basically doing studying biomedical engineering, going all the way to PhD. And during my postdoc, we used to do brain-machine interfacing with non-human primates. And I built my first device basically there in order to develop a brain-machine interface. And I realized invasive brain-machine interfaces are very difficult. Brain surgery is very difficult, and non-invasive tools are potentially very important for brain-machine interfacing. And from there, we developed a platform which is a cornerstone of NeuroQore right now.
Fantastic, thank you. So if you don't mind, can you briefly describe your technology, but at a 40,000-foot level?
So using functional MRI, we can identify dysfunctional circuits in the brain that are responsible for depression or other neurobehavioral disorders. And then using NeuroQore proprietary magnetic pulses, we can modulate those circuits, change connectivity in them, or in other words, rewire those circuits and bring them back to normal function.
Fantastic. Will you walk us through the journey from a patient's diagnosis to the implementation of your technology?
So in the US alone, we have more than 20 million patients who are diagnosed with major depressive disorder every year. In the first line of therapy, most of them use psychotherapy and basically outpatient medication and drugs that are available to them. But only a fraction of them get satisfactory results. And the rest basically remain with no options or limited treatment options. In those cases, the gold standard for treatment of major depressive disorder is electroshock therapy or electroconvulsive therapy, which is brutal, and there is a bad stigma associated with it as well. So basically, that's where NeuroQore comes to play. We are trying to replace electroshock therapy with our platform technology, which is based on the same mechanism of action as electroshock therapy, but it's much more focal. It doesn't trigger convulsion in the brain, and it has no systemic side effects. So basically, patients who are not satisfied with the first line of therapy, drugs and psychotherapy, they seek our treatment, which is an alternative to electroshock therapy.
This sounds like it can really be revolutionary, and I mean that quite sincerely. So now that we understand where your company came from, your technology, let's talk a little bit about you being here at CDI at TMC. So you were selected as a TMCx 2018 cohort as part of that. How did it feel when you were accepted?
Very excited. Houston is a huge medical center. And there are so many hospitals here. I've lost the count. But it was very exciting because this is a very prominent program. And for us as a startup company with medical devices, it was such a privilege to work with a lot of doctors and be close to J&J Labs and Center for Device Innovation. We had a boot camp, a 3-week boot camp, and the program goes all the way to November when we have a demo day.
I didn't realize that there was a 3-week boot camp. Can you kind of summarize what that experience was like?
We had basically intense training in terms of all the topics that are relevant to commercialization of medical devices, going all the way from concept to clinical trials and FDA and reimbursement. So it was great to see a lot of experts come in and give us a battery of all this information within 3 weeks. I would think it's like 3 years of information and training within 3 weeks.
That's unbelievable. Do you feel more prepared and ready to take on the next stage?
Absolutely. We've been connected to many clinicians and people who help startups like us commercialize their medical devices. And we feel like it was necessary for us to get this training and basically understand what's going on. from the experts who are doing it every day.
Well, congratulations again. Can you tell me your most recent milestone for NeuroQore?
So we just completed our pilot study, and basically that was with 20 patients. Now we are rolling into our phase 3 study, which would be used for development of reimbursement. The most important milestone was again the pilot study, because that was when we actually used the device on patients. We did a safety study on healthy volunteers before that, but seeing actual patients getting the treatment, and then I had an opportunity to have a chat with some of them after the treatment, seeing they feel better. And we're talking about people who are suffering from depression for many, many years. It was very exciting, and I felt like if I don't do anything now, I'm satisfied, because I've seen actual people getting the treatment and feeling better.
I love the passion. It's pretty amazing. So you were talking about a milestone that you have achieved. Is there a milestone that's coming up that you're looking forward to achieving?
That would be our pivotal study, the phase 3 study, where we are basically going from 20 patients to 300 patients. And in multiple sites across Canada and the US in order to get reimbursement in Canada and the US.
Fantastic. Can't wait to hear all about it. What are your 2018 and 2019 priorities?
So our startup company is 6 years old now. After 6 years, we're just launching our final product in the fourth quarter of 2018. That's very exciting because it shows we have a very complex product. It took us 6 years to get to this point. So we are looking forward to launching that product. And then starting our phase 3 pivotal study. That's all we are about in 2018, 2019.
It's going to be a busy year and a half.
Year and a half.
Is there anything you'd like to close out the conversation, any closing remarks or any information you'd like to share?
We all know someone, a family member, a friend suffering from depression. And with depression comes suicidality, and that has created a call for action for us. We have a platform technology that could be applied to many neurobehavioral disorders. We decided to focus on imminent suicidality because it's a very important issue, and the rate of suicide is increasing worldwide, especially in Canada and the US. And so the most important part for us as a company is that call for action, to do something for people who need help now. And we invite people who are passionate about that cause to connect with us and explore how they can collaborate with us.
I have no doubt you're going to be hugely successful. I'm already thrilled and impressed by you. Thank you again for being here, and I wish you the best.
Thank you so much.